So we're going to get the can, which is a task that we do every 6 hours as part of our synoptic observation.
I'm Nicole Tallman. I'm an education specialist and weather observer for the Mount Washington Observatory. So I had known since a very early age that I was interested in extreme weather. However, I didn't know that that was a career path. Since I was about 7 or 8 years old, I was extremely interested in thunderstorms. I remember building a blanket fort in my living room and there being an extreme thunderstorm outside and my sister being afraid of it, and I was glued to the window watching the thunderstorm occur. And that wasn't the only instance of that, and it's continued my whole life. In high school, when I started to consider different career paths, my mom was actually the one that reached out to me and said, you should study meteorology. And once she had mentioned that, I started my research and eventually decided that that passion was what I wanted to continue with.
Good afternoon, Rutgers Weather Watcher Nicole Tallman here, bringing you your Thursday, December 1st, 2016, first day of meteorological winter forecast.
To become a meteorologist, I studied hard not only in science but also in math. Both of those studies are heavily influenced in the field of meteorology. And there also is a lot of computer science, especially in the weather models side of meteorology, and was able to take some classes in that in college as well.
One of the main reasons why Mount Washington sees such high winds is our storm track map, showing low pressure systems with the thicker line being more storms. And you can see a lot of these low pressure systems do tend to come up and over New England.
When I graduated college, I was able to get an internship at Mount Washington Observatory, which was my first taste of the observatory. And I stayed both as a summer intern and a fall intern. And ever since then, absolutely loved the weather up here and wanted to get back to the summit. Something I am very passionate about is educating people in what excites me and the weather and the atmosphere around them. So part of my job that I really enjoy is doing the education programs and being able to share what I'm passionate about and hopefully spark that passion in other people.
Hello everybody, and welcome to today's Home of the World's Worst Weather Live classroom. I am Nicole Tallman, education specialist and weather observer. And for those of you that have not joined in, today's program for Home of the World's Worst Weather Live is the cryosphere and the atmosphere and how those interact to form both weather and climate. We have many different tasks on Mount Washington, some of which are done individually and some are done as a team. Our weather observations typically are done individually, where a weather observer will go up to the top of the weather deck and take our observations. But then there are some times where our weather observations are very challenging, and in these extreme conditions, we do work as a team to maintain safety.
All right, so let's open it up. Ears are gonna pop in just about a second.
To be a meteorologist, it not only takes understanding science and math, but also things like attention to detail, making sure that our instruments are reading properly, critical thinking, being able to analyze forecasts, working as a group. We do have very extreme conditions on the summit of Mount Washington, and sometimes that does require teamwork. So the data we collect at Mount Washington Observatory during our hourly weather observations is not only worked with by the scientists that work here at Mount Washington Observatory, but also outside scientists as well. We work with it ourselves to create different research projects and analyze trends in our data. And we also send out that information. It gets analyzed by other people, such as the National Weather Service, that takes in our information and does things with it to create weather models and also their forecasts.